So we've hit a roadblock. Um, it's kind of ridiculous because I've been preaching this whole time and not really following it myself, just because I thought I had the ability to get around a certain thing, which I'll bring up in a minute. So, have you ever found yourself like every December being like, oh yeah, bro, this is my year. I'm gonna lock in for real this time. Like, no joke. Like, I'm actually gonna be on my shit and I'm gonna do all this stuff. And then it like never actually happens. Because that's like what happens to me all the time. It's not even a yearly thing, it's just like a constant. Okay, yeah, when I get home, I'm locked in. I'm gonna work on this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and it never happens. Or when I'm in a low point, it's okay, well, once I get out of this, I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, whatever it may be. It never actually happens. And maybe it happens for a short period of time, but it doesn't stay consistently. It always leaves. You never have that same level of discipline and the same level of always being locked in that you like to have. At least not for me. So this is something that I've kind of been trying to get around doing just because I thought I had the ability to be disciplined myself and just put in the work when I deemed it necessary. But I don't think that's a true thing, at least not for me. When I saw the most growth, it was when I was on this almost schedule, or this system rather. Where's my book? Atomic Habits. I've been preaching this stuff. Again, I've mentioned it several times on here. If you haven't read this book, read this book. Basically, the premise of the book is you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And I think I kept trying to convince myself that I was built different and that I was somebody who could get around this. But I don't think that is what is going to work really well for me. Because if you watch the last couple videos, or like a lot of them that I've put out, back when I was like 16 or so, and like there's a couple years previous to this, but like for this period of years, I was super depressed, and like I didn't even know how to get myself out of this rut. And then I started doing this thing where I had this system and it was working out consistently and going to the gym consistently and journaling consistently and praying consistently and meditating consistently. And that brought me out of that rut that I was in for like several years. And I think getting out of that kind of prompted me to just kind of quit on the whole being consistent thing, because I no longer felt like that super depressed version of myself. And that kind of, it's like I completed my goal. My goal was to get out of that. So it wasn't necessarily super fun following a system, but so much got done. It was really annoying being like, oh yeah, I can't do this, I can't do that, I gotta go, stay true to the system, be consistent with it. Like, if somebody wanted to do something after school or whatever, nah, dude, I'm going to the gym. People want to hang out, whatever, it's no, I gotta, like, I am scheduled to go to bed at this certain time. Like, that kind of sucked, and I didn't really like that. And I think I liked having the ability to get out of that when need be and just kind of do whatever. Like, that's a lot more fun, and it's fun to be spontaneous. And I think I want to do a somewhat moderate version of this where it's, yes, still very strict, and I have my structure and my system that I stick to, but I also want to be able to allow leeway, because that's what life is about. It's about having fun and being spontaneous and just doing random stuff. It's not so much about just like being a robot and following, because if you're 100% system, you are literally a machine. You have a program function that is this, like, and that's not what life's about. It's about figuring out what works best for you. And what I think works best for me is some form of structure, but also a little bit of leeway to get out of it and then be like, okay, you had your fun, get back to the real shit. So that's kind of my 2 cents for what I'm gonna be moving towards and what I think maybe you should try. Um, I'm kind of breaking one of my own sentiments here, which is that my whole thing is that I don't want to be about like, oh yeah, you don't have to be able to follow these rules at all, that are set in place. Like my big message, I guess, that I want to portray to people is that you don't have to fall into this. Fuck, I don't even like. I just break it down to simply, you don't have to follow the rules. Like, I didn't start a business earlier because I was all worried about taxes and like forming an LLC and doing a bunch of stuff under 18. I didn't like I didn't try like playing football or like doing track or anything like that because I thought I had the wrong body for it. Like, I didn't think I was big enough. I didn't think I was tall enough or had long enough legs for track. Like, I gave up on a lot of dreams just because I didn't fit the 100% mold that. Fuck, you get what I'm trying to say. You don't have to follow the rules. You can pick whatever you want to do. But caveat to that, what I want to do requires me to be productive in some aspect. And I think that following something like this is going to boost. It's really hard talking about this and like countering kind of my philosophy, but I think you should. It's hard to word this. Because in a sense, the system is like a set of rules that you have to follow. So it's kind of going against my whole thing. But I think it's okay. I think it's good, and I think that having a structure, at least to follow, is a good plan because it keeps you on track. Um, that's at least what I'm. That's what I'm gonna follow for now. I think it's best for me to try and have a system rather than just, oh yeah, no, I'll ball out and be able to do whatever. I know my own limitations, and I know that I can't 100% just have the ability to just say, all right, bro, I'm locked in. Let's do this. And then just jump straight into stuff and just start working and working and working and working and not get burnt out. I get burnt out. I'm a human. I can't like, and maybe one day that's something that I can get out of and I can just constantly be a efficient person. But as of right now, I need the system. So that's what we're gonna do. Probably next video, I'm gonna have some sort of schizophrenic piece of paper that I'll share with you, with like 100 different steps and systems and whatever, and like all the stuff I need to follow. But yeah, that's my next big project, is writing out a system for my life. Writing out a system for my life and kind of like steps and rules and processes and like things that I need to follow to be productive to get to this goal of not following rules. So I'm gonna follow rules to not follow rules, if that makes sense. I don't know. This shit. I'm sorry. I'm just yapping, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We'll see how this goes. Making very, very slow but steady progress. So feel free to follow along and see if this is fucking, I can't speak. Feel free to follow along and see if this is something that ends up working for me, and if it does, maybe it works for you. I don't know. We'll see. Bye.